Hey y'all, so how's it going? It is July 5th. It is the Independence Day weekend. There's a lot going on, not only in the country, but also in my personal life too. But I wanted to do a quick check in to see how you all are doing and also give an update on my weight loss journey. I've been doing this, these types of videos, I realized for approximately 11 months. I actually did my first injection August 1st, 2024. And I'm looking over my YouTube channel, and this will be like my 11th video. So I think that's pretty cool, pretty amazing that not only one, that you guys have been following and watching and seeing what's going on, but also that I've actually been consistent with sharing what's been going on with me and hoping that these videos will also be helpful for you too. So yeah, so I was looking at my my videos and I was like, wow, it's been almost a full year that I've been on Zepbound. It's been a long journey. And even though it's been 11 months, I was looking to see like what has been going on since then. And I wanted to share with you, like last month, I had did a video and I was like, oh, for my birthday, I want to lose 15 pounds before I hit 50 years old. And I made it to 10 pounds. And I was like, dang it, I was so close. But this past month, I can say that I dropped those extra 5 pounds. So I was a few weeks late, but that's okay. I still dropped it. So kudos to myself. So yeah, so I wanted to let you guys know that I did that. I also was looking at to see like how much have I lost while being on Zepbound to see, it may be encouraging for you that are watching me, as well as, just seeing how you compare. Now, of course, my body and chemistry and everything is, of course, different than yours. And so my weight loss may be completely different than what your weight loss is. And that's fine. Everyone's not the same. Our body chemistry is completely different. But when I was looking, it shows through my journal that I've lost 30 pounds since being on Zepbound. And again, I started August 1st of 2024 and is today, July 5th, 2025. So not bad, 30 pounds, because I can say that like over the years, trying to drop 30 pounds would have been very, very difficult for me doing a traditional method of only watching what I eat, only watching not just what I eat, but the amount of what I eat, as well as including exercise. And I've been doing this for a very long time. I have been overweight since I was a kid. And so being able to see that, yeah, you know, within almost a year, I've dropped 30 pounds. Now, I started like injections, like multiple types of injections. I want to say since 2023, I believe it's been. And like for 1 year, I had started on Wegovy and I was only on there for like 2 months. And that was because it was really hard to find. And then afterwards, when I couldn't find it, my doctor even gave me like all of her samples and like we just could not find it anymore. And so she switched me over to Saxenda, and that's Saxenda. Not too many people know about Saxenda, but I was on that, and I was on that for a full year. And again, it started getting popular, and I had a very hard time finding it. Like I would go into the website, and it will say, we're shipping, but we it's a limited supply, and just keep on the lookout. But anywho, I had waited and waited and waited and could not find that medication. So it had been like months that I did not have an injection. And of course, even though I was doing the correct things, I was just like constantly like starting to gain all the weight that I had lost, I was gaining it back. So that was like really annoying that I had been doing all the right things and then, not being able to get this medication that I know had been helping me and like gaining a part of the weight that I had dropped back. So that was really, really, really like for me, that was pretty devastating because it's like I had been doing so much to finally lose this weight, and then like, damn, it's back. Um, so my doctor had told me about Zepbound, and I want to say it may have either been January of 2024 or maybe January 2023. I'm not for sure, but I want to say it was 2024 when she had told me about it. And at that time, I could not get it because my insurance wasn't covering it. And so that made me even more mad because I'm like, I'm on all these medications that is related to me being overweight. And I just need something that's going to help give me that boost that's going to allow me to lose this weight. And the insurance not even covering. And so, I understood like it's the freaking healthcare industry. This medication is $1,000, a little over $1,000 each box of 4 injection pens. So, a lot of people are on it, whether they're trying to lose weight or and a lot of times from the stories I've read, like some people, they're just trying to lose 20 pounds or they're trying to lose weight because they're, have a high school reunion or something like that, or they're going on a cruise. So they're not really in a situation where they are literally labeled as morbidly obese when it comes down to their health summaries when they go to the doctor, like myself. So that would like really piss me off. And I'm like, people are getting this medication and they don't truly need it. They're just trying to lose like 10 or 20 pounds, but somehow they were getting a hold of it. So eventually, I want to say I checked like back in July and found out that the medication was finally being covered by my insurance, my husband's insurance company, actually, because he's the one that's paying the bills when it comes down to the medical insurance. So I was very, very happy that Blue Cross Blue Shield HMO was finally covering the medication because now instead of paying $1,000 per box of injections of 4 pens, I was actually able to only pay $25, which is you're talking about $1,000 versus a $25. That's a huge difference. And so like super grateful that finally I was able to get this medication. So I did my first injection last August, and again lost 30 pounds so far using Zepbound. And I started off at 2.5 milligrams. I'm now on 12.5 milligrams. So I have increased my dosage level. At one point I was getting the medication through my local pharmacy, which is Walgreens, and for some reason very hard to find through Walgreens. I don't know why. I don't know if it was like a certain amount that they was getting in from all their locations as the brand Walgreens. But one of the YouTube followers had suggested that I try Sam's Club, Walmart. So I tried Sam's Club, and they're like, "Yeah, we have tons of this medication." And I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me?" Every month I'm stressing out about getting these freaking injection pills, and you mean to tell me you got like a whole supply there? So I don't know again if it's like because it's a membership thing for Sam's Club that their pharmacy just has some other type of supply for it. I have no idea, but I was just grateful that they did have it. So I've been able to like regularly be consistent with doing the injections. And I want to say that's been since either December or January of this year. December of 2024, either January of this year. So I've been able to take it consistently and it's been helpful. So after looking at like my total like weight loss journey since I started with these various types of injection pills over the past almost 3 years, and including a year of not being able to get any type of medication and gaining 30 pounds back. I've lost a total of 75 pounds. 75 pounds is a big deal for me, and I'm sure it's a big deal for a lot of other folks. But one of the things I had told myself, which I think is really weird, is that I've lost 75 pounds. And there's some family members that noticed it. I have a couple of friends that noticed it, but I would have thought that like more people would have said something. And I don't know if it's a thing of that they're like, well, people losing weight is it's a tricky thing. It can be seen as a compliment, or it can be seen as like, oh, well, you should have been losing weight, so I shouldn't have to say anything to you in the first place. So it's kind of weird that some people have came to me and like, oh yeah, I see the weight loss. You look good. You look great. Which is really encouraging when others notice it. But then like there's a few people that I'm around all the time and they haven't said anything. And in fact, I have a couple of people, especially who I work with, like colleagues, that is always like pushing some type of dessert or some type of treat or snack or whatever in front of me. And I'm like, well, I don't want any. And thank you. I appreciate you thinking about me. I appreciate you offering it, but I don't want it. Or, I already had something, which a lot of times I would have already had something. And they're like, oh, you should try it. I'm like, oh, I don't want it. And it's like they're like constantly like pushing it on you. And I'm like, what's up with that? And it's not a thing of for me, there's a couple of things with that. Not just the fact that I'm trying to lose weight and I'm trying to watch what I eat or how much of it I eat, because I still do snacks, I still do desserts, and in fact, sometimes it seems like I have like a sugar craving while I've been on this medication. I don't know if like my sugar is dropping too low, and I'm like, oh, I need something sweet. But I still get my labs to make sure my glucose levels are good, and they are. But sometimes I actually do get these like sweet cravings. And so I still have to monitor how much I'm eating. So if I already had something sweet, I don't want anything else. And it's like, so I don't know if it's that they're expecting me to want to try something. And of course, they're just being nice. They're just, offering things. But sometimes, I have to like double check and be like, okay, is there any type of like motive behind this or what? But I think a lot of times they're just being nice and they're offering, because what if they didn't offer? Then I'm like, damn, you could at least offer me that muffin or whatever. But a lot of times I'm usually turning stuff down and I'm not being rude. It's just like I'm just turning it down. So I don't know, like I don't know what to say about that. But my husband, he was like, well, if people notice, that's great. But if they don't worry about it because you are doing this weight loss for yourself, not for other people. So those are really, really, really encouraging words to hear from him, to say that to me. So I've had to like restart this video like a few times because I keep tearing up. But it's sometimes it's just really encouraging to hear those types of words because sometimes you feel like you're alone. And it's good to have a circle around you that's supportive, that can encourage you to keep pushing forward. And again, whether they notice it or not, like my husband said, it's like you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing it to please anybody else. You're doing it for your own health reasons. And that's what you have to keep being positive about. So yeah, I want you all to feel encouraged too, that because again, never thought that I could lose 75 pounds. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and it's been really, really, really difficult between either, trying to find clothes, or I remember my mom, she used to go to like the women's size clothes, especially like back in the day. Again, I'm 50 years old, so when I was a teenager, they didn't have like plus size stores for kids, teenagers. You didn't even have the junior plus size clothes. It that wasn't a thing until like my kids were like teenagers. So we're talking about like um mid 2000s, or we're in 2000 now, so like mid 2005, 2010, like that. And my kids, they're plus size girls, especially what you would consider on the medical charts. Now, like I have one daughter now, she was my eldest, she was a little overweight, but she's dropped those pounds, she looks great. Now, my youngest daughter, though, she is like plus size because of her breast size. So it's like she had to get like bigger clothes because she, gained all her breasts from me. We're big chesty, females. So she had to get plus size clothes because of that. So for me, like being a kid, it was really, really hard to find clothes. My mom would spend like $400, $500 just so I can have like back to school clothes. And it was because she was going to stores like Lane Bryant back in the day. So, again, I've been going through all the things since I was a kid. The name calling. I even had like a cousin recently, like all seems as though he really wanted to be around me, and we live in different states, and come to find out, like, because I wasn't on the same political side as him, he actually started calling me names. We're talking about grown people actually calling me a name because I didn't agree with them. And the first thing that they said was related to my weight. And I'm like, really? So that means that's been on your mind for a while. Because I always say that if someone's going to say something negative about you, that means it was already on their mind. If it slips out of their mouth so easily, that means it was already on their mind. That's kind of like racism. If someone calls you a derogatory name, whether it's about your race, whether it's about your nationality, whether it's about your religion, if it slips out, or even your gender, if it slips out of their mouths that quickly and easily, and they're not drunk, whether they're drunk or not, whether they're on some type of substance, that doesn't matter. If it slips out so easily, that means it was already on their minds and they feel some kind of way about you. So I even had to deal with that as an adult. Like, really, but because I was an adult, I've been dealing with this for a long time. I was able to actually remove that person out of my life. So you want to always have someone that's around you that's going to motivate you and going to support you and encourage you. And something that I'm gonna have to start doing, that like when people are offering me snacks, I'm just gonna have to name it and say, hey, thank you so much for offering me this, but I'm really trying to watch how much of what I'm eating. I've already eaten something and I cannot eat anything else right now. And maybe, that will give those people, the hint. So that's some homework that I have to do for myself. And, there may be some other people that are watching this and maybe going through the same thing. It's like, you want to be nice, but sometimes you have to protect yourself too. Like, for instance, yesterday, um we had a gathering at my home, and people kept asking me, like, you haven't eaten yet? You haven't eaten yet? And I'm like, no, I'm not hungry. Now, earlier in the day, I had some oatmeal and I had like 2 pieces of bacon. And that was like around 11 o'clock in the morning. And by the time we were eating, it may have been like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And normally I would have eaten lunch at that point, or, like an early dinner, but it would have been like lunch or a snack or something. But I was so busy with cooking, I just wasn't hungry. And when I finally even settled down, I just wasn't hungry yet. So it wasn't until like my normal dinner time that I was actually hungry. So, but between all that time, people kept saying, "Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you gonna eat? Are you gonna eat?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not hungry yet," or "I'm gonna eat, but I'm not hungry yet." And so, like, I think just naming it, that saying, "Hey, I'm on a weight loss drug and it's curbing my appetite. I'm really not hungry right now, but I will be eating. Thank you for your concern." Because I know they were just concerned. They weren't like trying to be malicious or anything like that. But, I have to name it myself and say, hey, I hear you, but when I'm ready to eat, trust, I'm going to eat. So, just wanted to give you all that encouragement if you're going through the same things that I have been through. Again, 75 pounds. 75 pounds is, again, it's a lot. I'm even more motivated to continue losing this weight, because my goal is to lose like another 130 pounds. And it's funny, even though if I lose another 130 pounds, the charts, medical charts, are still going to say that I'm morbidly obese. But I know I'll be looking damn good because I've been at that particular weight before, and I was comfortable with that weight. I was able to do a lot of things with, being at that weight. And I know I didn't have any medical issues. Now, of course, I was younger too. We're talking about at least a good 20, 25 years younger. But I know I'll be okay at that weight. And so that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to get to. But yeah, this is where we at right now. So it's still the 4th of July weekend. I am actually going to do some things around the house, and like some laundry, and I need to clean my gym shoes. It's the weekend. I don't do too much. It's rarely that I go out, but just wanted to just drop these few lines with you and hope that it's encouraging to you also. And yeah, whatever you guys are going through, please feel free to share it. Put it in the comments. Share my channel with other folks. I am an Amazon affiliate associate, so sometimes I may have affiliate links inside my YouTube description of my different videos. So please, you can purchase stuff that I have that I've linked to. You guys don't have to have an extra cost, but it is also helping to support my channel too. So love everything that you guys are doing for me, and I hope I'm doing something well for you too. You guys have a great weekend. Chat with you soon. Bye.